We're jumping right in. We're jumping right in. I hope people like action. Because we are jumping straight in. 30 seconds on the clock. Predictions are up. Quick Esports versus Sakura is for promotion relegation. I've sprung this on you a little bit, but we had tech issues. We've got the lovely Hannah Sophie providing the clean feed. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, Dr. Koala. And thank you, Headrammer. All for the resubs. After this round, I've actually got maybe a cheeky announcement as well. But we're going to go straight into this right now. Lijiang Tower. On to the first fight. It's going to be Orisa versus Ram Willies. Hold on. Alright, lock it in. So, yeah, we'll get the ban things moved. It was my idea. Didn't quite work. We'll get him put bottom left so they're out of our way. We're going to be watching Orisa versus Ram. Dip has TP'd Quick Esports over to point already. They've got the first flip as a result. Hitori's going to peek in now, but all the turrets are going to fry her a little bit. Zora's going to swing onto point. They get rid of these turrets. Now they can start taking it. Ram shield being used by Willies. Hitori's trying to make some aggressive moves, but cooldown to use has to wait for this one. And Quick Esports playing it slow and steady, TPing around, harassing, booping them. Keeping them in check. Now the form comes out, and they've actually pushed them all the way off point. Boop off the map from Streba. Opening boop. Opening pick. And all of a sudden, they take their time. Willies is going to swing back onto point. Gets one kill with the form, but it's not enough. Hitori is all over this. Javelin to finish it. 20% conceded, and Sakura reclaim position. And we'll get it back in. Cracking cold ones. Ray for Yoham in 30%. Proto slightly ahead. So Quick Esports have to be a little bit careful. A TP onto point could see them run into a quick ult. They're going to go over. Dip immediately taken down as they take that TP out. Zyda trades one back. Form used now. Lawfully low. Ram will get taken care of now. Onto the backline. More pressure onto this Lucio. They're pinned to the back of a point. Zydra's found another kill. Trying to keep him in this, but without a tank, it's so hard for him to move onto point. Zydra avoids it. Now the raid to try and finish the fight. Torpedoes onto the side coming out. Pressure onto the back line, trying to finish a kill. Needs that kill on Natsuki, really. China's pushing for it. China does finish the kill. Terra Surge to chase his. TP comes out. Hitori has gone so deep. Ashley gets traded. Yoam's going to raid back. Quick Esports, they want to fight this here and now. Willies is back on point. More ults coming for Sakura. Simwall in response to this beat. Zoro's walking forward, trying to find a pick. China's found another one during all of this. Overclock invested from Zydra. Pressure onto China at the back. Poor little Torb stuck at the back of a point. Sakura. They invested everything to try and clutch that. Quick Esports did the same though. They win it in the end. High noon for the retake for Sakura. Can clear a bit of space, but as soon as that fight breaks out on point, Willie's Annihilation is going to do so much. Sakura might really have to factor in. Walk up to point, pressure point, be ready to disengage. They've got the time to work with though. Swing around the corner, take a bit of a back step. Nat Sim is doing so much damage to the Orisa. Dip really keeping Hitori in check. Zora's going to come group up with team now. High noon available. It's China clearing the left-hand side of the map, just off our screen right now. Zoro trying to walk up. They have to be very wary of this Annihilation turn. But it's a TP to the back of point, so they've got a little bit more space. Molten Core to try and open it up. Hitori pushing in, pushing that Ram onto it. Annihilation is used, but in the corner, Willies is deleted. Spun onto the come. Nowhere to go for Willies. There's a joke in there somewhere. Write it yourselves. This retake's starting to look good. Dip still has decent charge on his beam on point, but he's got to try and face down everyone here. Sim TP to try and play harassment. Dip, where are we going, mate? Dip! No! Dip off the edge, and all of a sudden the high charge goes nowhere. Disaster! Disaster! The TP mind games. Dip wasn't quite thinking we're portals yet, and we're going to go down into what could potentially be the last fight. Quick need to nail this retake. They've nearly got a beat with which to do it, but if Sakura plays slow enough in this raid, they're in a great position. It's going to be a TP. No, it's a fake TP onto point. Natsuki's just coming through main. They have the beat. Backstep from Sakura, trying to keep that space. Buy time for their own ults. Beat push comes in now. Sakura just needs to live. Hitori's going to try and anchor point. Wants to try and boot the Ramarcher off. Big boot from Natsuki. Gets one only. Cass just about manages to roll back on, but opening pick. Sakura desperate for their ultimates, trying to live. They're just going to reset off the map quickly, actually. Sakura playing for a quick reset, and it will be a rush retake. They have a lot of ults to throw into it. China's going to go Tracer to help try and secure the touch. This will provide Sakura with more time to try and hold on to their and try and get use out of their ultimates. Yoham will have Ray to match very soon. It's going to be a big ult throwdown. Proto with an opening Ray. They're going to try and go straight through. Hitori walking forward. Strebber with the beat as well. Proto goes for touch, dies for it. Hitori comes on from close. They've got a lot of value out. Needs support ults. Hitori needs to clutch with this Terror Surge, but she can't get up to it. Zora's going to find one trade on point, but he's got a symbol. He has so many shields in front of him. Strebber's extending the touch. But Quick Esports are going to be good. They take the first round. Ooh. Unbelievable. They rushed all the ults. I thought the idea of China going Tracer.
0-1. Ready for battle.
I thought what the idea is China would go touch point on Tracer, keep the touch alive for a little bit, and then all of a sudden that Ray and Beat that Sakura coming back with, they could use that a bit more, in a bit more of an organized fashion. Use them together at the choke, walk forward, get those ults off. They end up using the ult so early. Just not possible. Appreciate that, Mello. Appreciate that.
4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Over similar looking comps as we go onto control center here. Earlier space for Quick thanks to that TP. I'm going to try and swing main. Turret's taken down early. Hitori wants to respond. Not a huge value out of the spin. Javelin is dip. Oh, he's off. Yep, off the map. Opening pick as a result and dip. I mean, his shoes are made of butter. What can I say? Now we're going to walk forward, player advantage. Natsuki's going to take so much damage as they try and mark that side. Another easy kill for Sakura, and they can start using this player advantage to walk onto point. Willy's is off the map as well. Zydra's found a kill, but really outnumbered. Zydra has no choice but to concede a bit of space. Reset with the team at the choke. And go again. Retake free main. No ults to speak of. Was a bit of a nothing first fight. That environmental really just opened it up for Sakura. Now we're going to swim back in. Hitori throwing the shield down. Swap to the shield side of this. A little bit of a better matchup. Obviously, the Sim Beam is actually blocked by the shield compared to the spin. Hitori's found that kill onto dip. All of a sudden, with this shield perk, Hitori's able to fight this Sim in a much more meaningful way. Zydra and Zoro are going to duke it out, but wow, that happens. They're just winning the fight on point, Sakura. Couple for Proto, couple for Hitori. And they keep Sakura in firm control of this point. Look at that ult charge for Hitori as well. She is ready to go with this Terror Surge. Hitori, how on earth, Dip? How does it keep happening? How? Oh, Hitori's done it again. Willie's actually able to stay on. I thought that was another one for a second. Come on, Dip. No, surely it won't happen again. Please be careful. Don't play near ledges, kids. You never know when you get javelined off it. Zydra with an opening pick as they TP through. Hitori has the Terror Surge to still keep taking this fight. So Sakura, even a player down, have the ults to play in this situation. They have the Raid to combine with it. Sticky turret on the wall causing problems for Zydra. Now the Terror Surge combo torpedoes for combo. So good. Destroys them. Zydra's overclock is nothing in comparison to a combo like that. Sakura win another fight. They're going to push up to the choke. Clean out this TP. And this is going to be a struggle for Quick Esports on this final retake. They have to rush to point. They have the TP to go past. 4 ults if they can get to them. China's going to have the Molten Core. This is going to make this touch very hard. China just has to be careful he doesn't get duped by the Sim TP when he's trying to find the best location for his load. Shield up. Yoham is separated here. Yoham has the Ray. Hitori's pushing for that kill. Beat comes through. Now protect Yoham. Now Quick Esports can move forward. They even kill Hitori. And actually might end up getting this one for cheap. Torpedoes will help finish the kill onto Prota. And Quick Esports will be very happy with the price of that retake. A single one of their 4 big ultimates for it. And this gives them a real chance to chain together a few fight wins.
Engaging enemy forces.
Overclock available for Zoro. Sharp, Molten Core, Overclock, both very good ultimates for opening up the point, creating a bit of space. Hitori's taking a lot of damage coming through this choke, and the slow is going to force both of Hitori's cooldowns. So she has to slow it down now, wait for her next set. Might have to use an ult to go through this choke, but you can see the Sim TP is up for dip. It's going to expire now. They have a Sim TP again in a second, so they can use the Sim TP to disengage. But if they're far enough back, they can just take a little bit of this space. Molten Core to start opening up the point. Ray in response. Overclock from Zoro. They're going to try and take a step back. Sim Wall for that as well. They're going to try and disengage all of these ults. And actually, Sakura looked pretty safe from it all. Simwall and Ray both disengaged in exchange for their DPS ult. Sakura are absolutely buzzing about that one. Now they have beat. Terra Surge all ready to push back into. Annihilation comes forward though. Zoro doesn't get the beat in time. Still walking forward. It's already all over this Ramacha. They take down the Ramacha. Terra Surge to kill the Sim. Sim's so low. Strebber and China with the kills for finishing blows. Now they are back on point. Sakura already on 99%. they find the Juno. There we go. Get her eventually, that pesky Juno. And now this touch is going to be so strained. They're going to come in with no support. Zydra has the overclock and 10%, but I don't know if they can even get the touch. Yep, Javelin to deny it. And Sakura tie us up 1-1.
Our protector's duty is double kill. 1-1. Ready for battle.
Was there a Gen G match today? There was not, no. Nightmare and Virtus Pro did play today, though.
Superior brain power's better.
The low elo wolf barks at a high elo lion. Story of my life. Thank you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Alright, sorry. Loading back in. Garden. I got distracted by thinking about wolves and lions. Quick rotation towards point for Sakura. They've already got their Orisa there. They've lost their Torp turret, but now Hitori has a bit of an angle. Zoro is across the bridge. It's going to take a long rotation back towards white. So Sakura getting everyone round in this white area. Turret is up. Oh, sorry. Wall, shield is up. Ram shield comes back, and Hitori will take the back step. This Sim is going to do so much damage when Hitori doesn't have that shield. Tries to hit the Javelin to relieve the pressure. Dip is going so deep for it. Dies, gets punished, traded, but they do get that Orisa kill. Now Willie should be able to take over. Pressure on the back, kills 2 of them. And you see, this is for timing. This is the key timing is the shield timing. If Hitori uses it too early, there's a chance for Quick Esports just to wait out the shield, then push when Hitori has no shield. And that Sim just makes Hitori's life hell. If though Hitori can take the fight, use the Sim wall to juke some of that damage, they can put pressure on that Sim. And the Sim is a squishy target. Requires a lot of pocket to play the aggressive positions where Sim is really at lethal range. All about the Sim really in this matchup. Ram shield at the choke. TP coming through. Trying to harass them here. They want to push forward. Willis has to be careful with environmental. The closer he gets to that edge, the more Hitori has the opportunity to. So we're just going to back it up to point instead. Maybe even playing for their first ray. Yoham is only 20% away. Zydra even has a high noon pretty soon. Another shield up. Shield will be exchanged. Slow in the back. Trying to throw it over the shield. Shina's found the opening pick though. Player down, but Zoro is low. Form timing comes in. Zoro tries to slide away. And oh, Willis can't find the punch. No hands. Those punch lands and no damage. Zoro gets to live, and now they can push forward and player advantage. It's a Sim disengaged TP from Dip just to try and play his life. Zydra's coming back to the fight right now. Ray's going to be used on point from Yoham. Lots of pressure. Hitori drops the Terra Surge. Molten Core combo with that. And that takes care of Natsuki just before it gets beat as well. Willie's still trading kills on point. Strebber goes down also with beats. No beats to play for. The Molten Core is causing problems on point. But Ray over top from Proton. But the Sim wall, the Annihilation, everything being thrown on top of it. Quick Esports happy to invest. They did concede the flip for a little bit in that, but only 16%. And they can get it right back. Lots of ults from Quick Esports. Now it's going to be beat v beat. Zoro with the overclock. Sakura going to make the Malga swap. Does mash up nicely into the Ram. A little bit better into the Sim too. They can start this fight with overclock. Try and force an earlier beat out of Natsuki. But oh, Strebber dies. There's now no beat for this exchange. But you have to try and go backwards. But Zoro caught. The slow catches them. Beat over the top. And they need to try and reset or die quickly. Hitori off the edge. Knows the K. Sakura can have to go for a desperate retake or quick Esports. They're just going to take this first map. Sakura have the beat advantage if they can get to point, but can they get to point? Shina and Hitori only just spawning. They have to beat. It's just supports. They need to go for the touch. Strebber, the boop! The boop is good. Strebber still gets on, dies just as he does. The rest of Sakura, they flood forward to point. Hitori coming back on the hazard. They swing in main as well. Hitori's got the touch. So low, though. Finished off. And Willis just has control of the choke in another situation where they have the ults to win the fight, but their touch makes it so scuffed for them, and Quick take 2 rounds like that. Quick Esports. First map in the bag against Sakura. Promotion relegation as well, so I know we sort of jumped straight into that. We'll get the Hitori player for game. Just beaming into him here. Little javelin off the map. Gets all the cleanup. Okay, so what I can do... yeah, so it is double elim. Let me give you the bracket breakdown, as it were. So the bracket breakdown, how it's going to work, I'll drop you a little refresh. We have 2 games happening right now. One, obviously now we're watching, Quick versus Sakura. Vision versus Frosttails. There's some stuff to talk about with that game, which has ruffled my feathers, if you will. Not to get too violent with my language. But yeah, so they're going to play this upper bracket game. The winners are going to play each other. Then the winner of that winners game will qualify for OWCS Stage 2. Meanwhile, the losers of both games go into a lower bracket semi-final, where it's obviously elimination. And then we get the winner of that lower bracket semi-final, the loser of the upper bracket final, go into one final game. Winner qualifies for OWCS. I think you're right, Hannah, Sophie, but I also don't know what the setting is. Thanks for. Are there bans? Yep, bans. Full normal OWCS rule set for this. I'll show you the map pool as well while we're there. Ilios, Lijiang, Oasis. Obviously, this is the same map pool, if I'm not mistaken, as Hangzhou will be too. So we'll see a few different maps. Ooh, is it my back? I don't know. Oh, what was the announcement? Oh, yeah. Are you ready, Toby? Give me some kind of green light signal. It's all on Toby. Thumbs up emoji. All right, we've only got a little bit of time, but I'll send you the link. Because what Toby has been working on is a website. And you guys like websites, right? You guys use the internet. But this website you might particularly like. This website, you can see on my screen right now, a bit of fantasy Overwatch. If you're a website hater, look away now, close your eyes, but fantasy is back. It's actually live right now with... We can't do it for Hangzhou, but we can do a little test today with Promotion Relegation, and then it will be back proper for Stage 2. So if you would be so kind, it's a little bit scuffed because I know the games have started, they moved them earlier and all of this. So we thought we had a little bit longer. So it's all a little bit rushed. But if you want to go on the website, I'll drop the link in chat now. Maybe one of the mods could even kindly set up a command as well. But you can make an account. We'll do a proper launch for Stage 2. We'll have prizes. We'll have giveaways. That'll be the whole thing for EMEA in North America. So that'll be our proper launch. But this is more just a trial, a test. Basically, give it a crack. See if you can break it. Give Toby some more work to do. A bit more coding to do. See how it works, see how it feels. Obviously, you have any suggestions. If you join my Discord server, if you're not already, there's a fantasy talk and a fantasy feedback channel. The fantasy feedback channel is the key one. Because then if you have any feedback, drop it in the feedback channel and we'll see what we can make happen. We've got a few more bells and whistles to add here, but we are jumping into the games pretty fast, so we can look at this a bit more as we go along. But if you've not played fantasy before, it works like any other fantasy sports league. You have a budget, you pick your players, you make your team, they score points based on the stats they get in game. And as Sophie says, she's in lobby. Obviously, she's on 2-minute delay as well, so we've still got a couple of minutes. Oh wait, Toby, let me check admin chat, Toby. That is that if you want. So. Are we counting this game or not? Yeah, fuck it, why not? It's a little bit match fixing. it's a little bit match fixing, but manipulating the results. But it's just a test for website more than anything. You know, just a test for website. It will be for EMEA and North America. We'll do one combined one, so you can buy players from North America, you can buy players from EMEA. Yeah, I mean, I think because the important thing is just let people... images aren't loading for you, as in, like, we don't have pictures for the players, but you mean, like, as in it doesn't look like... there's no pictures for the players yet. That'll be the sort of thing, if you mean, like, this thing, for example. Yeah. Yeah, there aren't images yet. There will be when we get it, but we're more just testing functionality now. All right, we'll look at it more as we go through, but obviously the action is happening thick and fast here. Oh, fancy link in YouTube chat? Yes, certainly can. Certainly can. Got the name Mikey on the fantasy website. You locked it in for your account. Beautiful. I imagine it's a little bit rare you get Mikey. Ban-wise, Anna and May. Hannah will correct me if I'm right or wrong. But it will be, I presume it's quick ban in Vienna. May ban from Sakura. So it feels like Sakura. We're going to Circuit Royale. Not yet HSQC. Not that they've told me, but... Stay aware. I've got my lawyer on speed dial, so don't you worry. All right, let's look into the actual game. We can come back to fantasy. We can talk all more about it. If you have any questions, obviously Toby will be around to maybe try and help figure stuff out. Good work, Brooklyn. Good work. Okay, so it's going to be Sigma. So the May ban from Sakura enables this Sigma a little bit, because as much as the Ram matches up nicely into the Sigma, when it's a Ram May, the Sigma's life is also hard. Without the May, the Ram can still do a lot, but it's a bit more playable for the Sigma in these situations. So it seems a reasonable enough ban. They're going to be playing with the Sim Farah as well, so an interesting choice. More pokey DPS for Quick. They've also got the Zen, so Quick want to play a slower gameplay for their DPS. You can see Zoro struggling a little bit to get involved. Wouldn't be surprised if they even try a swap here for Zoro onto something more traditional hit scan. Widow swap as they push into spawn. We'll see if Zoro sticks it. Well, he's going to respawn, so we'll have a bit more time to consider his hero selection. Farming early, Zoro going to stick this Widow now. So obviously, while they've got Pokia, DPS, Quick, and they've got the Zen, the Widow can just trump Nis and all these long-range duels. All of a sudden, Quick have to play a little bit more timid when Zoro's taking those angles. This provides a little bit more room for Hitori, a bit less pressure on her, more room to play a slower fight. And the Sigma wants to play a slower fight. Barrage nearly ready for dip already. Walls up at the choke. Just a small peek from Willies. Every time. It's just innuendos don't write themselves. Now looking for it. Zoro's going to get booped in. Big trouble. Barrage as well. Dip spots the opportunity. Lamp is out in time from Prota, but Dip still finds the kill. Dip's going... Wow, Dip is just taking over on Farah, isn't he? Making it easy for his team. Boot for Widow in. Tries to one-shot with the barrage. Doesn't quite get the kill, but forces for Lamp and enough damage. Because find the kills afterwards anyway. And Quick Esports are struggling. Wait, no, sorry. Sakura are struggling. Sakura mapped down already. Swap sides, didn't they? Sakura's struggling, and they were already at map down. They were down to a minute and a half on this offense. Still don't have a few of their ultimates. Now Hitori trying to swing the corner, take a little bit of space for her team. See if they can get Zoro or Streba into a more meaningful position. Trades out for choke. Quick Esports don't want to concede much more of this corner. Rock out onto Willie's form timing. Now Ray in response. Annihilation to... Oh my god, Quick have pressed 4 ultimates. All right. Good luck using a flux into that, Hitori. They will lose for 5, but I don't think Quick wanted to press all those buttons. It looks spectacular. It won him a fight. I'll give you that. But now the ult economy's screwed. They invested everything at the same time. Sakura are going to have a Transcendence in both DPS ults for this next push. And this is the opening they've been desperate for on what has been a very poor attack so far from Quick. From Sakura, sorry. Lock in X, mate, come on. It's promotion relegation. Early pressure now. Zoro's going to get forced back. Grapple shot, only a body. Zenorb onto Dip will keep him alive. Barrage from China finishes off Yoham. Streba's Transcendence keeps everyone else alive. And there's the breakthrough Sakura were hoping for. They had to burn 3 ultimates for it, and Zydra still finds a late trade. Will be a retake on the cards for Quick, and they will have Dip's Barrage for it as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Pressure onto the point. Can they get the touch? Willie's is going to drop for it. Rushes it. 1 meter to spare. Will get it. Zydra's back on Tracer as well. Willie's will take over anchoring point. They're just trying to buy time for Dip to come back with this barrage. And there is the barrage. Dip takes out the Widow. Then the Farah duel. Dip's traded out though, but they're losing people on point. Hitori's been bullied off. It's going to be a full hold. And oh dear, Sakura. Terrible start on Circuit Royale.
Round 1 complete.
Willis buys enough time.
You could not let me fall.
And they get away with a 4-ult gambit. I mean, the reason they get away with a 4-ult gambit is because...
Switching sides.
oh, thank you.
But
Thank
I
you,
just
sir.
spent 25 on Hitori.
Thank you, Sergak. You just spent 25 on Hitori? Oh, no. Welcome to the treacherous world of fantasy. If you wanted to like players, fantasy's not the game for you. Because what fantasy will do, you'll buy a player, you will spend your money, your hard-earned fantasy points on that player, and then they will let you down in the crucial moment.
Ready for battle.
Welcome to fantasy. Yes, as well. Yeah, the schedule was wrong on Liquipedia. It was a bit confusingly laid out in their announcement as well. Invision v Frost Tales is happening at the same time as well. So we'll try and bring you score updates between maps where we can. I swear Salah only scores when he's not on my team. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on fantasy football. Okay. Fantasy Overwatch though. I can take a little bit more of that. Currently 1-0 for Vision. Oh, thank you, Fish. 1-0 for Vision.
4, 3,
No coaches are going to be put in. No. All right, locking into this quick esports. They've set themselves off beautifully off the back of that full hold to take a 2-map lead in this crucial promotion relegation game. Going to be a very similar looking comp for quick esports. Sakura going to go for more of the same as well. This time Zoro on the Sojourn rather than the Widow. Rock onto the Ramatra as Willis tries to cross, but doesn't even have to use the form. Slow and form come out now, and it'll bully Hitori back. Has to concede for space. It's just the downside of playing Sigma into Ramatra, having to concede that space. Aggressive position for Dip, and Dip and Zydra combine. Everyone combines for that one. They are all getting involved in opening pick, and they will get this first corner for free. Sakura are running out of room for error. Can't afford to lose Hitori here. Matrix shield, everything has been spent. Quick esports, they can keep swinging right now. They can put them under more pressure, trying to keep Hitori's HP low. Force more of that shield out. Slow onto Hitori as well. Trapped in the corner. Next form timing is going to be rough. Hitori, you can see, has to use her cooldown so often, just constantly on the back foot. But now a push back forward into that Discord line of sight for one shot. The lamp. Sakura find a lifeline. Now they can finish off Yoham, who was stranded on the coast. Rock comes out as well. They are 4 silver way back. Sakura buy themselves a chance. They're going to have a window early in this next fight too. But now, the payload has been moved so far. Really just have to win every fight from this point out. It's the nature of getting full held on your own attack. Protoss window, China has a barrage. There are tools to work with. Sakura are closer to all of their ultimates as a result of those fights. It's going to be a window with it, and nice. Zoro nails the shot. Backline is dead. Zydra finds a trade. They need to clean up this fight now. Careful for no more trades. Dip is in the corner with barrage, but Hitori going to hit the splash damage with those orbs. Finish that one off. Quick will be forced to reset. Only a window invested as well, so Sakura much happier with the price for that one as well. A chance to keep these ultimates for the next fight. There will be a window here where Hitori has the flux and Yoham doesn't have the transcendence to respond, so depending on when that opportunity presents itself, might be a chance to get another cheap fight win. Instead, it might be a game of barrages. Very volatile. Not a lot the Ram can do to counter out the barrage other than just, you know, pop, form, block, and hope someone else can get the kill in time. Barrage over the top from China onto Zydra, who was just completely unaware. Care Barrage, look up! The Farah, she can fly! And China gets them another quick fight. 2 ults used, 2 fights won, 1.5 minutes left on the clock. And all of a sudden, it's starting to feel possible for Sakura. They're at ult disadvantage. They're about to have a 5 bank. But the payload's been rolling back this entire time. The question is, has it rolled back far enough to get a second fight out of this? Hitori walking forward, tries to find the rock onto Dip on the cross. Farming up the damage, has the flux. Do they go for another early ultimate?
60 seconds.
Zoro has the overclock. Dip has the barrage. Double support off for quick esports as well.
Hello.
Might be saving the flux to catch them when they try and push with Ray.
This ends
Rock
now.
out, overclock from Zydra. No response just yet. China has to DP. They're all so low, Zydra! Oh, they're all so low, they've lamped. They all get out. Sakura concede a bit of space. No room to give. Zoro with a response overclock. Jumps out. Zydra nails the shot, though. Now, Dip's going to die before Barrage. Transcendence comes out. Hitori drops for Flux. Need kills with this Flux. Doesn't look like they found anything. Yoham Transcendence keeps it all alive. Now the Annihilation on point. How on earth are they going to deal with this? They need some more damage. But the Annihilation gets it. Window from Proto. They need kills with this. They've stabilized at least for Quick Esports. They have D peaks if they can re-push on Willie's next form timing. Now Willie's comes out. Slow is there. They are playing with no tank. Proto has to use the lamp. Barrage from Dip gets one only, though. A chance, though. Hitori is back on Diva. Can they get the touch? Yoham finds Proto. Hitori is back now. Zoro's got a kill on the Zen of the backline. It's not over yet. Sakura clinging in. We're into overtime. Zoro's fighting for Juno. Natsuki can't heal the front. Willie's has found a kill. He has to do it all himself. China's Barrage takes down one. Willie's will fall. Sakura, the fuller hold. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hitori calls it the fuller hold and oopsie from Dip. What a clutch from China. I think this is the player game. This is the player of the game from Quick's defense. Now, it looks so good. And all right, Sakura Believers rewarded. You're all good, Sophie. Oh my god, but yeah. All of a sudden, Sakura right back in it. It looked like they were going to have to reverse sweep this situation, but they have clutched that out, salvaged their map pick a little bit as well. And all of a sudden, everything's to play for again. That's devastating for Quick as well because, you know, the nature of this, whenever we look at these games, the team that comes down from OWCS, so Sakura in this case, they're going to be the favourites. They're the ones who had the mumps in OWCS. They're the ones who have had that experience against the best teams in EMEA. They're the ones you really would expect to come out trumps. But Sakura salvage it from the death. Salvage it. How do you rank these teams from best to worst? So I've not seen too much of them. My guess would be that it is that I would put Vision at the top. I think Sakura would be most likely of the two OWCS teams, or the two Stage 1 OWCS teams. Vision 2-0 seems like that's a fairly safe bet then. 3-0 on the map, quite the stomp. Okay. What was I going to say? Sorry, so yeah. Vision at the top, I think they should be odds on to qualify back to OWCS. I think then I'd probably put Quick Esports, though obviously we've seen Quick Esports and Frosttails. They're very close in reality. Quick Esports above, then Frosttails, maybe Sakura around there. I mean, I think Frosttails, Sakura, and Quick Esports, that's where the real game is. I think all of those three are within punching distance of each other, and it's all going to come down to who plays better on the day. And that day in question is today. Simple on tank as well. Oi on support. Okay. Well, if it works, it works, right? Yes, for those, yeah, Simple is the support player. Played on Poker Face, best known for his Zen, but I guess started to increase his reputation as a tank player as well. Obviously, Immo's still suffering the consequences. Cheers, Florin. Any match masters in chat? I mean, if you guys want to play, if you guys reckon yourself to be a master of matching, some kind of matchmaker of sorts, then you can play Match Masters through my link. Get yourself some trophies. The more trophies you get, the more support I get. By support, I mean cash money. So, if you want to play, play. If you don't want to play, it is, of course, your life.
Welcome.
Did you end up resolving the soup stuff? Not at all. No. It turns out the person I got messaged by also doesn't work for Soup. So I've just been sent a series of messages to tell me tell me there were some copyright issues. So I sent him a message back explaining my situation and the feelings of the matter, and they haven't responded. Obviously, I know I guess it's late in Asia by the time that stream was actually over, but no progress is for TLDR.
Ready for battle.
And in this game right now, we're essentially back at a point of no progress as it's all tied up. 3 maps left to go. We've had the Torb ban and a banana. Over onto Blizzard World. Yes, obviously the choice of Quick Esports. Getting Willies a chance to play D.Va. They're still in Spawn, so we'll see if they commit to that comp. Sakura, on the other hand, they've banned the Torb. They want to play Hazard, one of Hitori's best heroes. Makes a lot of sense. This is probably the comp. I know Sakura didn't have a lot of success in OWCS Stage 1, but leading in to OWCS Stage 1, when Sakura had some promising results through Swiss and qualifiers, it really was at the start when Hazard first came out. We were in a very heavy Hazard meta, and she was really a significant carry. Obviously, you're going to have to play it to a slightly different comp here. We'll see what Quick settle on, but it looks like it's going to be a version of a D.Va comp. Juno Brig is a bit of an interesting choice. I don't know if that's optimal into the Hazard. I feel like the Brig is the one who's going to have the hardest time. Maybe even the Cass in some of these situations too. We'll see if that translates into reality and provides the openings for Hitori. Will be Quick Esports walking up to begin with. And Zydra's going to find an opening pick, so a nice easy walk up when your hit scan does that for you. Now marking on coast. Hitori's going to take a lot of damage, getting shot from all sides. And that opening pick is going to provide a nice big old opening. A lot of pressure onto first point. 2 on the cap. China's going to be forced off the map. And a nice easy first point. Strebber's going to make the swap onto Brig. They're actually going Brig Juno as well. Brig Juno into D.Va. We talked about Brig maybe being a bit of a risky choice for Natsuki, but Brig Juno into D.Va. This feels a lot more reasonable. Brig loves to play versus D.Va. Matches up really nicely. Hitori's going to meet Willies on the choke. Just, cart's still really far back, so don't expect Quick to make any sudden moves. This cart will roll for free for a bit. Really, the choice is Sakura's if they want to fight early. But it seems like they're quite content just to stay at this corner where Hitori's playing now. And that'll be the time they really drop and start contesting the payload proper. Options for Sakura to try and find... Oh, actually, Hitori's gone in early. The walls there, they're awfully low. Natsuki just about gets round of it. Hitori's going to keep going into the room. Looks for a cheeky slash in there. Can't find it. And Willies is just playing defense right now. Trying to pocket them in as they keep the payload moving. But Hitori is so active looking for these opportunities. Walls for Tracer out as well. Recall's been forced, but they've lost Strebber. High noon in main from Zydra. We're going to keep the payload moving. China is behind. Pulse bomb eaten by Willies. They can keep this one moving back. Hitori's had to give up on these aggressive forays as they regroup as 5. Now the speedring comes out, looking for it. Downpour to catch the backline, throws that one out, catches for D.Va. I don't think that was the intended target, but they can't finish the kill. Matrix up, the Ray in response from Yoham as well, but Sakura are nowhere near this Ray, I don't think. They still managed to find a kill onto China, and Proto just high in the sky. Zydra with that one, Zydra with another. It looked like they'd gotten away from that Ray, but clearly not. A few late kills, and the payload's been moving this entire time, and Sakura getting pushed over right now.
Has reached the checkpoint.
Quick Esports, 5 minutes, 20 seconds. You don't get much bigger time banks as you approach third point. Hitori is going to make the swap onto Remarch to try and change the nature of the matchup. Again, decent matchup into the Juno Brig. Better matchup into the D.Va as well. Zoro walking up. Rail doesn't find a kill. Pulse Bomb does find a kill. No Suzu or anything for that. And Dip's giving him another big early opening. China's going to try and respond, but Dip still has recall, so China won't be able to get this kill. The rest of Quick Esports going to flood forward, take care of that. Strebber's just dying on point. Zoro is Zoro behind right now? Zoro got the overclock behind, and I don't think Quick Esports are aware. They've not counted for players. They've not realised the Sojourn has slipped out. They thought they've just got out main. Eyes onto Zoro. Oh, wait, no, Zoro's come all the way out. Sorry, I thought maybe Zoro was just hiding defensively. False call, disinformation. Speedring overclock now from Zoro, who is definitely with his team and was never behind, and anyone who told you that was a dirty lie, but not to be trusted. Now the rally in response, and Zoro has overextended, catches that bash square in the face. Ray in response, but the High Noon will keep Sakura at bay. Rally out 2. Peeking with that shield, doesn't find anything, gets the refund from it though. Streba still has this rally as they support China. Sports China on the flank, but Willies has flown in, taken down the Juno while Streba was supporting the flank. Has to pop the rally now, limited healing. China finds a late trade. They're trying to disengage this rally. Quick Esports on the run. They avoid that second bash. They can regroup, start going forward on this next turn. And they have Ray for this next push. Hitori has the Annihilation, but Ray into Annihilation. You have to save a Ray or win if these two meet head to head. China with a bit of a clutch opportunity with the Pulse Bomb if they can thread it through the Matrix. Hitori shield up, pressure onto the Diva now, looking for the Brig. Matrix coming out as they take a step back. Ray comes through from Yoham now to push forward. Hitori uses the Annihilation just to try and stabilize. Full block and backing it up. They're moving forward with the Ray, but the disengage is okay for Sakura. They don't mind this ult trade too much. Now no more ults except for this self-destruct. Chance for Willies to make an aggressive move. Flashbang onto Hitori. They're just trying to play through the front line, but the slow onto the back line. They've lost Zoro. They've lost Hitori making that aggressive move. Willies has the self-destruct in the back. Gets the pro to kill him as a baby. Streba can't even touch. Full push, 3 minutes, 4 seconds in the bank.
Score.
And now, this is looking awfully tough for Sakura.
Initiate.
I thought when they got the fuller hold on Circuit Royale, it really felt like it could have been a momentum shift, swinging it back in the favor of Sakura. They get a result, a map win even, when they really didn't expect them to. But Quick Esports have put up a huge time bank here. And really as well, the problem for Sakura is not... some of them, a big part of the problem is the 3-minute time bank. But the fact is they didn't seem to have an answer to that Diva. The hazard swap didn't feel comfortable at all. The Juno Brig didn't seem to help all that much. And even the Ramatra at the end didn't help. Hitori maybe considering a different hero again. But remember, we've seen Sakura hit an unlikely comeback already once in this series, so maybe we shouldn't count him out just yet. A Sigma May. Bit of an unorthodox approach to Blizzard World, not one we see all that often, but individually the heroes, especially with Brig, will match up very well into that Diva. We'll put Willies in a situation where there's no great targets for him to engage onto.
Attackers incoming.
We'll probably do it between series, Herman. That's the plan. So it'll be a little bit scuffed, but we'll make it work. They're actually committing onto the Sim May Sigma, so oh my god, do Sakura hate Willies. They are going to make his life absolute hell. Willies is going to have to concede so much space every time they come out. They're going to have to try and play around all of this damage. Not a lot he can even actually matrix in all of this. Flip onto point already, and they will be happy to play through objective. Willies with a fly onto the high ground, but it's a bit of a drive-by. All of this damage is so much to deal with. They're trying to swing onto Hitori now, but you can see Willies is low, but Zydra's found the pick. The distraction was enough. Wall onto Willies as well. Escapes, dodges for rock, dodges for wall. Well managed by him. Forcing onto point. Zydra's got one pick already as the contest comes in. They've not conceded a tick. Hitori trying to push out a little bit. Rock coming through. Wall as well. This Brig is in huge trouble. Diva's there to body block a lot, but they're taking a lot of damage. Hitori needs more pocket. Torpedo swing from Yoham will get the job done. Really well handled by Quick Esports. Juggling the aggression between their Brig, their Diva, their Cass. Peeking different doors, or different sides of a point, I should say. Very allow them to buy enough time to just whittle them out. Provide Zyder enough opportunities to find the pick. Dip, where are we? We're dead in spawn. Now a big opening. We talked how well they juggled for point, but without their tracer, it's going to be harder. And Sakura wasting no time. Wall out, TP to point. Pressure on this objective. And Quick Esports might be wise to concede a tick, maybe even 2, before they come in for this recontest. They nearly have support off with which to do it. But Sakura have the rally. And Rally's popped very early from Streb. They want to try and burst this Diva down. Rally in response, but Natsuki gets the bigger bash. It's a Brig gap for sure. Bash makes a huge difference for Natsuki as Quick Esports come back in. Pulse Bomb out onto Zoro. Tries to throw the Blizzard. The Blizzard does go down as he dies. Dip has still found the kill. No one is in that blizzard. Questionable choice from Zorro. Sim TP onto the high ground now, moving backwards a little bit. But Quick Esports have more than stabilized. Rock out, tries to catch the Tracer. Doesn't. Hitori still trying to back it up. Harassed from all sides. Got a slightly different way from their supports. No way out. And that's the Blizzard. One of the big ults really thrown away. Ray, Flux, Symbol, still lots of big ults for Sakura. Another benefit of their comp is how good so many of their ults are at forcing point. But the rally trade doesn't go anywhere near how they wanted it to. But now they can again TP to point. Symbol can go up. They can force that objective. They've got 2 ticks already, so it gets harder and harder for Quick, the more progress check markers they get. Symbol out, full matrix onto it. They're going to try and Flux Hitori. Or just find the Diva, actually. Not quite what they wanted for Ray goes forward, but it kind of makes it awkward how much value they get. Yoam's pocketing Zydra in the back. They've lost a lot of people on this rotation forward. Symbol in that trade. Hitori still committing. Trying to kill the baby. Rock misses. Willies is still alive. 1 HP. Swinging on. Taking all the attention. They pocket the baby through all of it. That'll be mech back for Willies too. And Sakura have burnt all of their ultimates. They've burnt most of their time bank. And are they going to get full held again? It's on the cards. Natsuki has the rally for this next fight. Saw the impact they were able to have with the previous rally. Sakura have no choice. They've gone Winston, but they have to get on point with all of this. And Winston Sim May, it's starting to feel a bit ugly. Bubble for the rotation. They get on point. All eyes on Natsuki. They need to avoid this bash. Bash onto the Winston. No escape for Hitori. Swinging onto her now. So low. They'll finish it off. 10 seconds left on the clock, and there's just no hope. They tried to rush to point. They tried to get it. Hitori tried to base out the rally and jump away, but Natsuki too good with the bash. And Quick Esports, a commanding Blizzard world, and they regain their lead. And all of a sudden, any hope, any cope, any dream that the Sakura fans might have had that their team were back after that Circuit Royale full of hold, all falling apart. Hey, Ayua. Does anyone else miss Ange? Hot take. Where can we watch Vision Esports? Yeah, okay. So we've only got a couple of minutes, but I can give you the skinny. People still say that, right? I'll give you the skinny. So, I wanted to do the Quick Esports and Sakura game because I thought it would be the better game, and I think, to be fair, the call seems good. But yeah, Richard, because I know some other co-streamers wanted to co-stream the other game as well, so there was coverage for everything and interested, you know. I think like Bullskunk has followed Frosttails a lot throughout this season, so was keen to see them play up against Vision. But we were told that no co-streamers are allowed in that Vision game. The way it works apparently, and I don't know why it works this way, the way it works apparently is all the teams involved in promotion relegation were asked, are you happy for the game to be co-streamers to be in the lobby and co-stream the game? And everyone said yes, except for one of the teams in Vision versus Frosttails. So as such, no co-streamers were allowed, which is why, I mean, I think you guys saying are Pack and Keo streaming it. Why is that even a choice? Oh, that's my feelings. Yeah, I think there's two main reasons. I wonder which team. Yeah, I don't know officially what team it is, right? So we don't want to throw out accusations. But if you were to ask me to guess, I would say Vision. I would say Vision. But that is just that's not confirmed. But that would be my stab at it, you know, because I just can't see Crocs and the boys saying no. Yeah, plus they've got their own guys streaming it, yeah. So yeah, I think one of the problems is in lobby, thanks Sophie, I can do this in 2 minutes. One of the big things is, one, this is an important game. It's a high profile match. If I'm the tournament organizer, I want people to see the game. Why am I putting on tournaments if people don't get to watch it? Right? I think it's a super important thing. It's good for the fans. We want, as fans, as an esport, we want people to know about the up-and-coming teams, the tier 2 teams fighting it out for promotion to OWCS. And the other end is, because these games are happening at the same time, right? If I'm a coach for one of these teams, let's say I'm a coach for Vision Esports, I'm there, I'm coaching them, and I know I'm going to play the winner of Quick Esports or Sakura if I win my game, or the loser if I lose my game, right? I'm going to be watching this game, or I'm going to have my assistant coach, or one of the players who isn't playing, I'll have somebody watch this game where I'll be keeping an eye on it, so I know what comps to expect, right? And I know all of this. I know what comps to expect, I know what their map pick and bans are, so I can sort of try and prepare for the next series, because I've got to play a lot of series today. But if I'm Vision Esports, I still get to do that. Because I get to watch this Quick Esports and Sakura game on my favourite Twitch streamer's channel, twitch.tv/CommanderX. But if I'm Quick or Sakura, I don't have the same privilege. I mean, obviously you can through the players' streams, and that's a little bit of mitigation. But there's no guarantee the players would stream that. So I feel like, so yeah, Bull Skunk, broken streamer, I wanted the Frosttails match on. Yeah, I mean, also, guys, if you don't know who Frosttails are, right? It's Crocs' team. It's the French. And do you remember the last time Vision Esports played for French? And what absolute cinema and entertainment value it was? And they deny us that? Grow up. They want to take that away from us? Unreasonable. So, I said everything I said to you. I didn't say the words grow up, but I gave my feedback directly to the organisers as well. I said, I honestly, I don't think they should have a choice. Discussed it publicly in the co-streamer channel as well, and a few other people chipped in. So they've had the feedback, and hopefully it changes for next the next promotion relegation. But yeah, a shame. Obviously, it's only a problem for this first iteration of games because we're going to get an official broadcast and we'll have the clean feed and stuff for all the future games. Cheers, Tom. Not all the common people, Tom. Just some of them. Most people one's called Tom. Thank you, Ayua.
Just grow up already.
All the games are today, yes. All the games are today for NA and EMEA. So we're in for a long one. I hope you like Overwatch. But if you're on this stream, if you're watching this channel, I reckon you like Overwatch.
3, 2, 1.
Bans are Orisa and Lucio.
Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Hannah, Sophie forgot. Orisa and Lucio, Hannah, when you get a chance. I hate Overwatch. Well, I guess there's always going to be a few hate watchers, right? We're going over to Runa Sappy. Runa Sappy back in the map pool for Hangzhou. Quick ban Orisa, Sakura ban Lucio. We maybe get a little bit of lag while Hannah sorts it out, tabs out. But it's going to be a Ram v Ram. May, the decision from China. May very good into the Ramatra. Very good into the Cass as well if you hit the icicles. But Willies will respond in kind and more. 2 immediate picks for Ram so powerful into the Brig. It's part of the reason I feel like the Brig matchup into Ram I just really don't like. I don't know. Obviously Lucio is banned, so maybe your options are limited. But I even think like a Kiri Juno, maybe we run into some sort of hero pool issues for some of the players here in terms of what they feel strong enough or comfortable on. But I feel like the Brig into the Ram, especially for Natsuki, the Brig into the Ram and the Mei, very hard matchup for Natsuki. Ram trade on the corner. Hattori's lost the HP trade. Will have to slow it down for a second. All of Sakura balled up on this choke, ready to go. Ult advantage for Quick Esports. They're going to get to their Annihilation and Blade significantly quicker than any other ults on the side of Sakura. They're on the back foot, and Strebber is going to get taken advantage of again. Willies is just deleting them. He does whatever he wants. Hattori's trying to respond. 4 for Willies. Give him the ace. Sidra denies the ace. Unbelievable. But right now, this Ramatra mirror is not going... It's going hopelessly for Sakura. They cannot deal with this aggression at all. Annihilation Blade ready to go. Ray advantage for Proto, only 5%, but Sakura will take any advantage they can get. They also have the Blizzard, which means any sort of Annihilation aggression from Willies is going to be severely hampered. Might be easier, if anything, than to actually start. Once they get the Ray, go with Ray Blade. Obviously, the Blizzard is likely going to come out, but much easier to still find value with Blade while a Blizzard is going on than it is with an Annihilation. Maywolf from China isn't really what he was looking for. He's going to swing out and try and find this Blade. Comes through from Dip, takes Proto out of the sky during this raid trade. Looking for more. Blizzard invested now from China. Who has he caught? Anyone freezing? No freezing, and it's an overclock Annihilation, and they are going to get chewed up right now. Streb didn't quite have the rally in time. They want to try and catch this final player behind. But severe problems for Sakura. Coming back with an Annihilation High Noon rally. Now they have the ult advantage Sakura, but they've had to concede 92 meters. Need to string a few fights together. Main issue is just, even the neutral, they need to start dealing with Willies better. And this time, every time, I hear it, chat, I hear it. Rally going to start from Streba. High Noon as well. Natsuki's used the rally of their own. Committed in quite deep here. Has to back it up. And Quick Esports going to kite this one out. It's a 1-for-2 trade, but Hitori has his Annihilation. Now she is going deep. All over this backline. Gets one kill and gets out. No healers left for Quick Esports, so they'll have to just die on point. Sakura convert. Sakura convert that advantage. And we'll move it up. We'll go back over to a neutral here. And this is, I mean, it's obviously a more than winnable situation for Sakura, but they need to solve these neutrals. They need to find a way to keep their backline alive. They need to find better spacing. They need to anticipate Willie's aggression. China is playing inside the house now, trying to preserve this off angle. Trying to clear out a bit of space. China's getting close to that Blizzard. Dip's getting close to the Blade. These will be the next ults up for both teams respectively. Willie's playing the opposite choke, making it difficult. We'll just go back to the corner now. Hitori's just trying to win a little bit of a beam fight there. Throwing the beads in. Shields up. China trying to find an opportunity. Blizzard is now available. Form has been traded onto Willie's. He's going to have a hard time getting out of this one. Tries to get out, but no. The speed ring is good. Dip's a little bit separated, but nearly has the Blade to turn this one back. Opening for Dip. Dash up into the high ground. Another slash. So much damage on that first slash. Can't quite find any more follow-up kills. Doesn't get a dash reset. Just tries to throw the last of the slash. But Proto's going to drop the raid. Yoham doesn't have it yet. Proto finds that kill. Overclock from Zydra to try and turn the fight. They're staying in this raid for now, but Zydra has a big angle, can see everyone. Annihilation on point from Willie's to live. They're trying to run away from it. They can't kite it out, and now they have no choice but to die on point. Proto's going to get caught in the slow. They'll all die there. 50 meters, not quite checkpoint, but a little bit of closing of the distance. Double support ult coming up for Quick. Sakura have the rally, have the Annihilation. The Ray is going to be the hardest one here, so Sakura going to struggle if they take this fight head on. Need to try and play a disengage, factor that in. Kite out one of these ults if they can. Slow in the direction of Dip to try and clear out this side position from Hitori. Shield trade on point in the meanwhile. Willie's is actually going to back it up. Does he want to go high ground? He's just given a little bit of space. Rally inside as Treble wants the brick heat. Pushed all the way up. China will finish that kill. Made the swap onto Genji himself here too. Ray in main from Yoham, so they're going to push forward regardless. They have found a trade and the Ray's going to expire. Now the rally to keep going from Natsuki. They'll run over Streb. Dip with the Upsi. Annihilation on Hitori trying to turn the fight. She can turn the fight. They were all pushed up. Able to get huge value with that first couple of punches with that Annihilation. Natsuki still found a trade. But China onto the Genji. All of a sudden, few kills in this fight for him. Maybe the Genji can be the turning point. China getting up to his first blade. Dip's not far behind another one as well, so will be a Taylor 2 blades. Zoro does have a high noon to throw in, which not always the greatest matchup into the blade, but you can avoid being in that initial slash distance. You can have a good chance, but actually you won't even need to. Dip's going to push him for the kill, trying to set that one up, and China punishes him. Now China pulls the blade. 5v4, but wants to make sure. Super deep push as they try and steal the robot. They'll go back and deal with Willie's, but we'll buy a bit of time for respawn. Negate some of the Sakura progress. I don't know if it actually stops Sakura just getting checkpoint here. The cart is awfully close. I need to start forcing this objective as well. Dip has the blade to respond with. Need Zoro in a wide position as far away from this Genji as possible. Gonna move up. And there is a chance to contest for payload beforehand if they really go for it. They've got a wide position for Zydra already. They should be okay. They just need to get the tap onto point. They come out now. Corner is held. High Noon committed. Blade in the sky. But Dip, he's taken off. The High Noon is far enough back. Zydra still tray to kill. Overclock still going. Willies has the Annihilation, but Prota has the Ray. They're pushing forward. Willies wants to use his Annihilation as late as possible to try and lift this Ray. Now it comes out, but the Ray damage is still quite a lot. Trying to push forward. Satori's looking for different kills instead. The Annihilator ram too hard to kill. They have to regroup at the choke. Quick Esports have stabilized, still not conceded for checkpoint. Slow round the corner, Dips come back from spawn, kill Prota. Main source of healing gone. Now Sakura, they have to win quickly or they won't be able to win at all. China dashes in, only able to find one kill. Quick Esports as we enter the final 2 minutes, remain in control.
2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes on the clock. Annihilation or rally for Sakura to push back with. No ults just yet for Quick Esports, but they have a lead to play with. They don't need to force anything. They can slow this game down to a crawl if they want. Force Sakura to make the first move. Play to disengage. Hiding inside for the rally. Seeing if they can spot an opportunity. Stripper's been quite happy to commit these rallies onto the flank. Will be a bash in main instead. Second bash used just for movement. Doesn't find anything out of that Stripper. Sakura seems to have pulled the trigger quite early and Quick Esports will be happy to slow it down. All of a sudden, Quick Esports have both support ults. And Sakura, they don't have the ults to win this fight, really. Gonna need Hattori to make some magic happen with this Annihilation. Over the top, looking for the rally. Bash comes through, needs to kill the Brig, but the Brig gets into the Ray. Too much healing, too much support. Hattori's gonna get deleted. A good disengage. Zoro's going to play for a desperate trade, but shields up from all of Quick Esports. And as we enter the final minute, they have secured this lead for a long time. China is coming back with Blade. Sakura need a lot of things to start going right very quickly. Time is against them. The player's advantage is against him. Prota dies. China just dies before the Blade. Zoro finds a trade. It'll keep him in this series. But Willies is still pushing forward, looking for an extra pick or two. Slow out as well. More pressure onto him. Hattori's low on HP. Meters being gained all the while. Hattori will step onto point, awfully low. But with that trade that Zoro found, Quick Esports are going to concede a little bit of space. Play the next corner instead. But all of a sudden, double DPI assault, Annihilation. Quick Esports also have the luxury of, you know, losing a couple of fights to give themselves an advantage. The High Noon swing is early from Zoro, and there's nobody there. Willies will get round the corner. Quick disengage, another ult for free. They're waiting on the corner. Overclock round. Dip has the Blade as well. China's going to go first. Looking for it, looking for it. Can't find it. Dip can find kill with his, though. Secured one in the back. Looking for more player advantage, and it's all but over. Quick Esports are going to win this map. They're going to win this series. They're going to go to the upper bracket. Well, finals, I guess it is technically.
Victory. Play of the game.
Willies play of the game. Dominance on the Ramatra. This was one of the, is this one of the early fights, I think? This is one of these situations where he's just able to walk past Hattori and absolutely decimate the backline. It's too easy, right? It's too easy. Like, credit to Willies. But it's got to be too easy. And Quick Esports. Quick Esports will be meeting Vision up next. Let me look at the order of the day. Where are we going next? Are we going Sakura? We're going lower bracket first, elimination first. So we're going to watch Sakura versus Frosttails in an elimination game. Loser of this will be in FACEIT Masters League, officially relegated. I'm just going to go grab a drink, get ready for this next one. Obviously, if anyone wants to play Fantasy or go have a look, the website's up now. I'll put it in chat, !fantasy. We'll close for rosters after this, so last chance to get in. We are just testing it, so, you know, a bit rough around the edges, etc. Next games are on broadcast, Hannah Sophie, so you have earned yourself a well-deserved break. Won't be needed until the first game of North America. F1 time. Let me turn down this clean feed. Let me find you the other clean feed. Let me load that up before I go. And I'll leave you with the official clean feed while I grab a drink and stuff. We can sort of work it out from there. Let me just send you back to me for a second when I figure this out. Command. Stream. Link. All right, looks like we got some... All right, looks like we got some highlights. If I press this, can you see it? That doesn't look right. Oh, I've got 2 open. I see. All right, what if I add... Alright, that doesn't look great. Oh, that looks a bit more like it, doesn't it? Let me put this in the right place. There we go. Alright, yeah. So let me grab a drink, and then we can lock in for this next map. Stream ruined. We're back. We'll have an official clean feed, so Hammer Sophie will get a break. And then, yeah, we'll lock in. So, elimination game next. Somebody's getting relegated. In the next hour or so, somebody's getting relegated. I'll be right back. It's going to be Sakura versus Frosttails. See you soon.
Sorry I'm late. Let's do this.
Widow's up top. I'm on point, dude.
Genji, you want Nino?
Okay, guys, lock in. It's overtime.
Let's stagger, let's stagger.
On me, on me, on me. Yeah, I'm dead.
Down.
My ult's ready.
Xander. Dead.
Pushing, I'm pushing.
No, pull back.
What are we working with, Ben? What are we working with? Have I seen the United score?
Yeah,
We're winning, right? We're winning.
Let's try something new.
Let me turn this down. Let me turn this down. We don't need to see this. 2-1 Newcastle. How long? When did it start? Was it 4:30 kickoffs or at halftime? All right. I also got myself a cookie. Little special. Other cookies are available.
Are you ready?
Yeah. I'm ready.
Yes, I was watching a video about Sideshow and Brent, and then there was a Reddit thread of one of them saying that you had a 20-meter penis. Care to elaborate? Nope, Sideshow had seen my penis, and it's not 20 meters.
Season 16 is launching in April and is going to be another massive season. In addition to a new hero, theme, and some fun events, we have something extra special that has been in the works for a long time. Welcome to Stadium, the ultimate battleground for strategy, teamwork, and hero evolution. Stadium.
What do you mean, what?
Mode we've made since
It's really reasonable that it's not 20 meters.
In 2016. TLDR, this mode is awesome. It's Overwatch gameplay like you've never seen before. Fast-paced rounds, nail-biting 5v5 matches, and a best-of-7 system designed to push every player's limits. This is the arena where you don't just outplay the enemy, you outthink and outbuild them too. Here's the
Why did Sideshow see it?
You'll earn coins based on how
Also, there's a smash tweet.
and your team
All right,
perform.
let's do this all in order. Let's do this all in order. Okay, fantasy. We're gonna lock the rosters. Lock the rosters before this next game. So if you want to play fantasy, it's just a trial, it's just a test. There's no prizes or anything. Just for promotion relegation this weekend. We're gonna launch it proper stage 2, but it's good to test it. So !fantasy in chat. If you want to put yourself together a roster, works like any fantasy. Fargo asked, as someone who's ever played any fantasy, can you explain the most important stuff to know? Look at the scoring. It's it should be the look at him. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here's in help. Scoring. So eliminations, healing, deaths. So basically, you got two options because you have 5 starters at any one time. Do you pick like a mid and balanced roster, or do you spend a lot on a star and then get some cheap players to fill out the roster? Generally, a lot of the best ways, you spend big on a star. So get a couple of star players you think are going to be your biggest, highest scorers, even if they cost a lot, invest. And then you got to try and find like these hidden gem picks. People are going to get you decent points. Maybe even if they don't get you loads of points, they play every game, they put up decent numbers, etc., etc. There's probably also a question of who is there anyone who you maybe think is misvalued? We did these scores quite quickly, so there's probably a few in there. But anyone you think who's going to play consistently, do quite well, win their games, maybe an Overwatch specific one, is invariably, if you win games, you're going to score well. You're going to do more healing, you're going to get more eliminations, etc. You're going to die less. You're going to do quite well. Thank you, Alex. Thank you for the prime. Oh, I'll put it in YouTube chat as well. Sorry, so you guys can access it as well. We can't do commands in YouTube chat. I can do it manually with the hands.
Incorporating an intricate mod system. Each choice you make is a step towards strategic dominance. Early in the game, you'll invest in affordable mods that lay a solid foundation for your team, giving you an immediate boost.
So if you can find a cheap player on a team that you think is going to win, that's probably a good value pick as well. Painkiller went Astro, Ryan, PDK, Graveyard, Regime. Yeah, I think Ryan's a big player to go for. I expect Ryan to do very well. Very well. Okay, what else are we doing? Sorry, we were doing the Smash tweet. Let's see. 0-4 against T1. Sorry, I promise I will be better next time. GG's bro, says Donghack. Ever the polite young man. Fuck you, says Smash. Always the polite young man. I'll retweet that.
Traits are meant to be defining aspects of your play expression, so we're making sure that they feel appropriately transformative. You may remember us teasing some of these in events like Trials of Sanctuary or Junkenstein's Laboratory. As Reinhardt, you can focus on improving your barrier, taking away the movement penalty while it's raised, and allowing...
What if Ryan has to sit out because his mum tells him it's time to eat dinner? Important to factor in all these things, you know. Is my tank player named Immo? Might he get banned? Is my DPS player going to go have to eat dinner during one of these maps? All reasonable things to take into account when making an Overwatch fantasy team. Will it be split regions? No, we'll do combined regions. Combined regions. So NA and EMEA together. We can't do Korea because we don't have access to the stats, but NA and EMEA combined.
Such as a quicker Hanaoka Clash round, as well as new push maps with final artwork to be unveiled in the coming months.
Now, I feel like I've told this penis story before.
We see it as more than just a new mode. It's a long-term evolution. Each season will bring updates, new heroes, and possibly even alternate modes, like reload base or paintball.
He's not banned, he's just not allowed to play. I see. Yeah.
To build the best hero you can.
Why was he reported? I don't know exactly. Was it just toxicity? I don't want to spread misinformation, but I'm pretty sure it was just a bit of toxicity.
We're planning to kick things off with 14 core heroes, carefully selected to ensure balance and competitive play, with more heroes being regularly added over time, which will allow you to keep working each season on what is the best hero build to help you win.
There will also be additional maps, modes, and features regularly added over time, keeping things fresh and competitive.
All right, sorry, I had to respond to a message about the wedding. In officials or ranked? In ranked, but obviously if he's banned from the game, if you're banned from the game, the OWCS rules are, if your account is banned, you're not allowed to play in the matches either. So he's banned from both.
See you there.
All right, now the penis story. Common was actually there, I think, at the time for this penis story, so it's all coming together and connecting. So we were at what was the event called? Was it Rewind? It was a TF2 LAN in LA. It was actually right around the time President Trump got elected for the first time, if you'd like to place yourself in time and space for this one. It's not relevant to the story, but sometimes it's nice to know when things happen. We were at a bit of an after party after some of the games one of the nights. We were in a hotel room. We were in a hotel room, having some drinks, not my hotel room. I can't remember whose hotel room it was. Wasn't Sideshow's either, just somebody's hotel room. Inauguration weekend. Yeah, the Women's March was that weekend as well. We were there for the Women's March. Again, not relevant to the story, but always nice to know what's going on in the world. Then, oh yeah, there was only one toilet in the hotel room, which is normal for a hotel room. But what happened is there's a load of people in this hotel room. We're all drinking. I needed to piss. There was a sink also in one of the bedrooms, or the main bedroom. So, like, the toilet wasn't used for ages. Somebody clearly taken some type of monster shit. So, naturally, I thought I'd piss in the sink. There wasn't too many people in the room, so if I can piss in a sink, you know, we're amongst friends, piss in a sink. Yeah, why would I piss in the sink? I'm just pissing. Sideshow came in while I was pissing in the sink. Took a selfie, because obviously in front of the sink is the mirror, as you expect, so he took a little selfie. So this is me and Sideshow. Yeah. Later that night, unrelated, completely separate incident, I was taking a shit this time. I was in the main bathroom. I was in the toilet. I couldn't figure out how to lock the door, so I thought, you know, I'm a bit drunk. We're amongst friends. I'll just shit, not lock the door, I'll take my chances. And then, who walks in filming a vlog? Who walks in filming a LAN vlog while I'm taking a shit? Sideshow. So then I go side, and he's like, "Why didn't you lock the door?" I'm like, I couldn't lock the door. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, "You try and lock the door." So Sideshow tries to lock the door. Sideshow successfully, I think he just successfully locked the door if I remember right. But obviously what happens when Sideshow successfully locks the door? He's locked himself in, hasn't he, with me? So now we're just both in, the vlog's still going. I'm just taking a shit. I was like, why do you... Not from the inside, Josh. Go outside. So, I guess in hindsight, I did spend a lot of my time with my trousers down in that hotel room with Sideshow. But it's a party. Keep your pants on for the whole party. The bathroom door didn't lock from the outside, to be fair, but I was hoping what Sideshow would do is I say, look, I can't lock the door. Maybe he would go stand on the outside and just, you know, guard the door so I wasn't, you know, hosting multiple people while I was trying to take a shit. Oh yeah, you did swap shirts. Yeah, you were not the same size. Sideshow was smaller. It was a tight fit on you, Coleman. Not a bad thing. Is that vlog online somewhere? No. No, I think a lot of the TF2 vlogs became memory only, as in deleted from the internet when Sideshow and Bren were trying to get into Overwatch League because it was like you know, scrub the files, keep it squeaky clean. So it's now just a memory, a myth, a tale, a story. Are you guys hearing the casters as well?
Yeah, I mean, those teams in the upper echelon there, they're so stacked. So many fantastic players on those teams. So even though Vision Esports 1-6,
And hear the casters.
So it's really interesting actually to see how wide the gap is between the FACEIT Masters teams and, you know, these bottom teams in OWCS. I don't think there's going to be much of a gap at all. I think it's going to be really close competition. Now, of course, if you want the opportunity...
Did you shit in the bathroom sink or in the toilet? In the toilet. Good question. Good question. Is Korea still far and above the best region? Yes. Yes. I think Man United might lose. Thoughts? Is it 3-1 currently? Bullskunk doesn't hear him, but he doesn't have headphones on at the moment. Great. Cheers, Bullskunk. Failing your Overwatch League job interview because of a Commander X penis incident. I did actually fail my Overwatch League job interview, so maybe it was the penis incident. Yeah, Hunter is still in Korea. I don't know exactly when he flies. He's still going to be there Monday because we're recording Uncoachable. I think he's got a dinner booked with Smashy. But I presume he's probably flying. I guess it must be either Tuesday or Wednesday, right? When are the interviews, mate? I still need to get it all sorted. I've had a lot of wedding stuff and other things going on. But I'll get to him. I'll get to him. Do you ask me to cut the VODs today? Yeah, go on, Panda. We can do it. Since I remembered after the first one, we certainly can. I'm cutting it now.